question for you is, what would you say is the best method to get involved for somebody just starting out?
Oh wow. Definitely interacting with the film community. I mean, I know Facebook has a lot of depending on what area you're in, there are Facebook communities. I always say go to every film festival that you possibly can. Talk with the producers, talk with the directors, talk with the cast members, talk with everybody that you can, network the heck out of yourself, be seen everywhere that you can in any industry thing, whatever it is. That is the best way to get started. If you meet somebody like we've met, talk about things. Use your connections. It is a small industry when it comes down to it.
Yes.
Um, it is legitimately a small industry, and so you have to use what you can. So networking is a huge thing. Film festivals is probably one of the best places that you can go. That's why I always say you have 15,000 film festivals worldwide.
Wow.
Show up. A lot of them are free. If you're going to go to a major one like Cannes, find somebody who has a distribution company. When it comes to a lot of things, what can you piggyback off of? You
Yes.
know, there's things that you can do. Volunteer on film sets, volunteer, whatever you can do. You want to go to a film festival, you want to see how I accept volunteers all the time. You guys want to come learn what a film festival is like? Come to the festival. That do that kind of stuff. Try to interact. If there's a local college or university that has a film department, go talk to them. I just was talking with Captain Kirk, who's one of my TikTok followers. He's becoming an actor. He was talking about this, and I told him, I said, go to film festivals. The film festival that he is going to attend actively has, the director and those people actually go and film things.
Wow.
Get involved, ask them how you can become involved, start doing those types of things. It's a small industry, and let me tell you something, when it comes to indie film, people always need help. And find a team find a team that works well together, and that is going to be your golden goose.
It's interesting you say that. I actually do want to start dipping into the independent film festivals and going into them and exploring just what it's like to be in the crowd of like-minded creatives in that sense.
Yeah.
Um, I just released something on YouTube.
Yes.
I spent 10 years working on that script. 10 years.
Oh my God.
Um, it went from phone to phone to phone to phone to phone. It did not leave my notepad. I don't know how I didn't accidentally delete it. And I finally said to myself, okay, it's driving me nuts. I have to do this. I have to make that good, bad, whatever the situation is, I have to make it. And I spoke from some actors from a movie that I worked on last year with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I spoke to some actors there, and some of them were interested, but they had personal lives come up. They did this, they did that. One person was interested how to move. So I ended up going with one of the other actors who did a very good job. His name is Spencer Zare. He did a very, very good job portraying my character, Bill. And then
Yes.
I said, who can I get to play as James, the other actor? Who can I get to play as him? And a friend of mine who's never acted a day before in his life said, I will help you with this. I want to help you with this. I wanna get involved. I want to see if I have what it takes to do something like this. I gave him a chance, and it was one of the best decisions I've made because the two of them worked together.
Right.
And
Right.
my stagehands weren't people from Hollywood. They were friends.
And you got to be careful with friends on film sets, but yes,
Yes. Yes.
that's great.
They were
But I
friends.
will tell you this, you did that once. You put that in your phone and you did that 10 years. Don't ever let anything take you 10 years again, please.
No, no,
You're going to
I
be
won't.
spending the rest of your life and you'll have made like three films.
Yes.
Make them, make them, make them. You got to jump in. And like I said, spend most of your time, not necessarily on the writing, on the pre production.
Yes.
writing has to be strong, obviously. And I get, and
Yes.
I see this a lot when people come out and they tell me, like, oh, I'll look at a script. They'll hand me their script and it says 12th or 15th version. And I'm like, holy heaven of God, why? 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 No, 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 no. When you strive for that perfection, it's really hard. Oftentimes, if you have good actors and you're a good director, or whoever's directing is a good director, even if that script, sometimes some of the best moments in film are, ad lib. That, they
Yes.
just come out. It's that actor's natural talent, or let's try this. Do you mind if I do this? Tom Cruise is notorious for doing this. Always hasn't worked out for him, however. I mean, I worked on a film with him. And unfortunately there was he decided, and he does this a lot, they wanted to do a mid-air stunt in airplanes, and that portion was being filmed in Colombia.
Oh God.
um, and there was a crash and a few people didn't make it, unfortunately.
Oh no.
And lawsuit after lawsuit, and it became a pretty good movie, but you didn't hear a whole lot about it before because of those things. So sometimes, it works good, but when it comes to things like stunts and those things, I'm always a little bit more careful about that. But
Yes.
some of best Hollywood's best moments have come out of letting the actor just go a little bit with it. You give them, the area, the shell, and then they go with it. But, they have to be a good actor to do that.
Yes. There's
So,
there's actually two instances about that. So one of the scenes in my project that I had to do, it had to do with weed. It had to do with like somebody smoking weed,
hmm,
and the other guy was trying to take it out of his hand, saying, "No, you're not doing that here."
yeah.
My one actor said, "What if I blow the smoke in his face?" And I was like, let's go with it. Let's see how that works. Let's
Let's
see
see
how that
how
works."
it works. Yep.
And it was one of the funniest moments that came out of that.
Yeah.
And then the other actor said, "Well, my guy's a recovering alcoholic. He doesn't really drink. Well, what if the other guy throws the alcohol in my face?"
I remember that scene. Yes.
I can't tell you how many takes we did of that scene. I think we must have done at least like 10 takes just because we wanted to make sure the look on his face was authentic and to make
Yes.
sure it came at a right angle.
Yeah.
But it was moments like that, and I agree with you, moments where you let the actors flourish and take control a little bit. You don't have to
Yeah.
let them take control of the whole project, just enough to let the characters come to life.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. And oftentimes those are the best moments that you get out of your film. So I think those types of things are important. But 10 years, don't ever let that
No,
happen again. Don't
no.
ever let it happen again.
It
That
it
is too
was
long to write a script.
it was driving me nuts. I had to
Yeah.
I had to do it.
I'm glad you did. And that's the important thing. Oftentimes people don't want to take that step. I just for a film festival, I actually ended up calling I think he's now 20, and they just entered the film, but when he started making this film, he was 13 years old.
Wow.
He didn't go with a short film, he went with a feature film, and he got all of his friends together and they all worked on this film, and they worked until they were, and so that includes the writing. So they did the writing and the pre-production, and they were filming it when he was 16. And then what happened was is they had it all in the bag. So 16 years old, he finishes his first film, and then his dad passes away. His dad gets very sick,
Oh
very
no.
ill. Yeah, and he ends up passing away, and he just finished the film because of the post production. So he's still qualified and hours as having it a student film. It's very, 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 very good. I'm shocked that somebody that young not only had the talent but the courage to actually do that at that age,
Wow.
and
That
to
is
come up with
insane.
a finished product that is amazing, and he's entering it in film festivals. I mean,
Wow.
honestly, this kid, I don't even know him, and I'm so proud of him. And those are winning stories, and those things I love to hear. So
Yes.
you can do that. It doesn't I used to tell people, don't do shorts. If you can do a short, do a feature. I kind of am
Yes.
looking back on that a little differently, only because short films are making a comeback. and they are being bought for things. I still think if you can make a feature, go ahead and make that feature.
So my final question for you, is where do you see yourself in 5 years, and how do you hope to get there?
You saved the hardest one for the last. I have been trying, and believe me, I'm having a coming to, I call it Jamie Lee moment. It's like I don't know, because I don't know what the future is bringing when it comes to film and TV. I think it's really going to depend on the next 18 months, like really honestly next year, when it comes to AI, to see where we're going. I
Mhm.
don't know where I'm going to fit into this community, because we have now, again, we have AI actresses. We have an AI director that nobody's talking about. We
Same.
have, AI animation. And these things are here, and they're here to stay. They're not going to go away. So it's like, how much are they integrated in? I'm 99.9% positive that, they're going to have producers when it comes to all the things that we do. And a lot of producer, I tell people it's paperwork heavy. We do a
Yes.
lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
We do the payroll. We do the scheduling. We do all of those things producers do. So it's like, where are we going to fit in? Is there going to be a home for us? Do we have to adapt? To what ability do we have to adapt? The answer is I don't know, and that's one of the reasons why I finally, after my years of anonymity, have decided to jump into social media. It's why you see me pushing so hard on TikTok. I really feel like creators are the futures. I see where micro dramas are going. Um, and I think there's a balance in there. I don't know
Mhm.
where I belong in that. There's times, I'm not gonna lie, in the last year I've just thought about giving up. I'm gonna switch industries entirely. And then I
Mhm.
think, but where do I belong? I do love teaching film. I do love film festivals. And I love helping young people start breaking into the business. I really do. And I have been trying to do that on TikTok. There's a very, very talented actress named Chris Castle, and I can see her breaking out super soon. She just needs that one little opportunity, that one open door. Because, as much as people, I think, frown upon things, I love to see people successful. I love to see women in the industry successful. I love to see the underdog winning. I'm the one that goes in, like, will vote on the horse, at the horse races that has the lowest amounts of wins. I'm that person. Um, I like to see people succeed in what they do. And this is a really hard industry to break into. Nepotism is a big thing. You see that with
Yeah.
Adam Sandler a lot.
Yes.
It is about who oftentimes, but sometimes, it's like the best movie you never saw of the year, right?
Yeah.
It's because that nobody gave it an opportunity. It didn't have that, it didn't have the same opportunities like that maybe the bigger films that spent $500 million in advertising got. Anora was an interesting success. It was made for $6 million. Neon purchased it for distribution, put 18 million in specifically for marketing for the Oscars specifically. And
Wow.
it took it home. And that's a success story that had a door open. It was because of the strike, and it was because Neon came in and said, we're going to push this just for the Oscars. But it showed $6 million for a film, is a peanut budget, right?
Right.
You see, episodes of series being made for more than that per episode. Um, and it did well. It succeeded. It won. And I love to see that kind of stuff. I really, truly do. And so I don't know where I fit in the next, 5 years. I don't know where I belong. I don't know what changes are going to be made that I'm going to have to adapt to. But I do know this. We're all going to have to adapt and change. And I'm going to be ready for that. I just don't know how. So I don't know where I'm going to be. I do know that I'm very, very, I've always been very goal oriented. I have my, goal chart, and I do for 5 years, and I do a 10-year chart, right? And
Right.
it is always changing. I have to change it, every, 6 months, because things change, life changes, situations change, shit happens. Sometimes life gives you rotten lemons, and it's really hard to make lemonade with rotten lemons, but you have to come up with a
Yes.
solution, right? My
Yes.
mother always says there are no problems, there are only solutions. So in this business, we have to find the solution to what is happening, because the industry is in crisis.
It is.
I don't know what that solution is, but I am, trying to remain relevant in an industry that is very easily to become irrelevant in.
I think the way you're going about it, by understanding how to adapt and by using social media as your next platform and setting goals for yourself, I think you're going about it in the best way possible. And I really don't want to see you fizzle out of the industry because I think you're absolutely wonderful and
Well, thank you.
you've been a pleasure to chat with and get insight from. So I actually do think you have a lot to offer to younger creators who want to get into the field and don't know where to go. So
Yeah.
maybe maybe teaching is something you could consider for that.
I definitely have. Before the Rona, before COVID, I actually had a partner. Unfortunately, he suffered a stroke. But
Geez.
we taught classes. We did the weekend how to make an indie film on a shoestring budget. We did all that before you saw all these like online classes that they have now. We were doing that. We would sell our books at these things, and it was great. We did teach people, and I loved doing that. And that's something I've thought about getting back into, but now everybody's got a class, right? Everybody
Right.
has a class. Everybody's got a class, everybody's got a book, so, I don't know if that's, I want to, do that, but I do want to do something similar to that. And I would love to. I was thinking about maybe a university. I don't know. We'll see what it holds. I do love being on set. I have missed it. I do want to start going back to set a little bit more, which I'm going to. But right now we have such a really good team, and it's just a well-oiled machine that's just kind of pumping it out. And I love that. And that's one of the pleasures of working with Dick Wolf or anybody that, is on set. It's a good team. So
That's great.
yeah.
Well, Jamie, I want to say thank you so much for hopping on here tonight and taking some
Yes.
time. I know you're a very busy woman, and I appreciate you taking some time to be on our show and to talk with us about what it takes to get into the production field.
I always have time for you, Sean. You know that.
Thank you. You too. The same goes to you. Anything you
Thank
need from
you.
me, I'm there for you.
I appreciate you.
Of
I
course.
do. When are you filming your next film? I know that you just came out with
Yes.
something.
My goal for the next episode of The Other Side, so that is actually an anthology series. So
Okay.
every episode is going to be about different characters, different stories, much along the lines of Twilight Zone.
Okay.
Um, I really miss that type of television, and I want to try and bring that back a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
I
so
do have
my
somebody for you that has a very large platform that might be able to help you boost your numbers as far as views.
yes, please.
So that might be something that we want to, chit chat about. I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm always meeting people, but Chris Castle is one of my go-to, and I have a new, as I told you, he does cosplay, Captain Kirk. That's what I call him, is Capitan Kirk. He's breaking into the industry too, and he's
Okay,
looking for experience. So sometimes that's a good trade-off, you know what I mean?
of course.
So
Yeah.
so I will put you in contact with both of them.
Please,
Um,
that would be amazing. Thank you.
yes,
And
yes.
if you ever need help with editing anything, please let me know. I'll be more than willing to help you.
I definitely might actually. I do have a question for you, and I'll text it to you later though.
You got it.
Um,
Got
and
it.
yeah, and what do I do? Are you saving the recordings, or how does that
Yes.
work? Okay,
Yes.
good.
So real quick to answer your question, the next episode that we're planning to release will be next year
Okay.
because I have to unfortunately save for money. Like you said, it's not easy for an independent filmmaker to scrounge up the pennies.
Oh, I know. It's never
So,
easy. Believe
no,
me, I
so
know. We just started doing a crowdfunding for the film festival this year, and I called about 50 film festivals all over the world to ask them if their numbers are down, and everybody said the same thing. They're absolutely down. And one of the biggest and most interesting things that I saw this year is that all the festivals that are like sale festivals, like TIFF, Cannes, Sundance, all of those, their numbers for film sales dramatically down,
wow.
dramatically, tremendously. It was almost shocking, and that is a little to worry about. I think
Yeah,
it is, but so we just started to crowdfund. I don't know if that's something that you've thought about.
I have. I
Okay.
have.
And it might
Um,
be something to try. I don't know if it will be, again, I just started ours. I don't know how it's going to go. I'll let you know.
yes, please keep me posted on everything. I would love to
Yes.
chat with you further, and I'd love to absolutely have you back on as a guest at some point.
Anytime, Sean, anytime.
Got it.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You got it. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for learning with us. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Have a really good night.